What are your interests other than work?
Well, being an entrepreneur, work takes up most of your time.
But you also teach for a journalism course.
Yes, teaching has been a way of, it's always been my way of being connected with the younger crowd. Right from my career in Architect or with CNBC, I made it a point that I spend at least a couple of hours every week trying to interact with the younger crowd, because
so that way you are updated on.
That way you are updated and you can share your knowledge. See, what I've realized is that whatever these kids learn in college, it's all bookish, it's all theory. They don't have any exposure to the practical world. Now that is one area where we are exposed to, and from our experience, either from the print experience or the television experience or whatever online experience, we can share a lot of things to them. And when it comes to Kerala, what I realize is that most of the students in Kerala don't have much exposure about what is happening outside Kerala. Probably it's a language barrier or probably the lack of opportunities. But I've always, now in Trivandrum, I've been associated with the press club. There's an institute of journalism being run by the press club Trivandrum. I've been a guest faculty member here for the last 5 years. This is my 6th batch here. Over the years, we have seen a change in the students, but then I feel they still need better exposure. My idea is that I have been outside Kerala, I have been outside India, worked with a lot of multiple organizations, so I can share my experience with them and plus teach them something new. Now the new media is something which is evolving, and there are n number of opportunities in the new media. Now most of the students here want to get a job in a television channel or a newspaper. They don't think beyond that. Now you can be employed in a news channel, you can be working with a newspaper, but at the same time you can be handling their website. So it gives a lot of opportunities. So this is what I try to tell them, give them, and I think over the last 4-5 years, I think a lot of my students are working in. I think go to any channel, any newspaper, you will find our students there.
Will you tell us a little about your family?
My wife is a IT professional, and like me, she is again born and brought up outside Kerala. So we speak Hindi at home. We have North Indian food at home.
Okay.
I've got a son and a daughter. Daughter is in class 3. Son is he's about 1.5 years old.
Okay.
So we are just like any other working couple,
But one difference that I saw was that your wife works at Technopark,
yeah,
and you work from home.
Yes.
So what is your take on this reversal of these, so-called traditional roles?
Yeah. Now, see, when we started off Kerala IT News, I wanted to break a lot of traditional role models. Now, one thing which we did was we thought, okay, let's not have an office. Let's not have a proper traditional office in its,
Right.
Brick and mortar kind of a setup. Now we thought, okay, right from day one we will have a virtual office, paperless office. My concept is my office is where I am. It doesn't have to be
You're
home
connected
or
all the time.
I'm connected all the time. I try to be connected either using my laptop or my smartphone. That is good enough. Today that is the way I think you should be. So working from home gives me that freedom to see. I did not be traveling all the time. I did not be attending events all the time. So whatever time I'm not attending a press conference or a IT event or a business event, I can spend that much time at home.
Right.
When I spend time at home, I'm always connected, and at the same time I'm able to spend time with my children. So it's like kind of a balanced, well-balanced family and professional life.
Okay.
And since my wife is in the IT industry, I do get a lot of inputs from her.
Right. What is your message to struggling entrepreneurs?
Struggling entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs are all struggling at the initial stage.
Right.
I think that's one phase you have to go through. I think if you ask the successful entrepreneurs, most of them would have gone through this phase. Now in Kerala, we are in a situation where parents won't like their children to be entrepreneurs. They don't want their children to
explore and take
no,
risks.
it's not just a question of exploring. It's now fresh out of college, they expect that they will start working somewhere. They'll be employees somewhere. They don't, somehow they still are not able to accept the concept that they can be employers. You start your own venture, you have people working for you, you are generating employment for others. Now I always say, please be under this wrong impression that if you are an entrepreneur, you cannot survive, or of course, I mean, there will be a difficult phase, there will be challenges, but then once you're able to achieve a certain level of normalcy, or once you're able to cross some certain barriers, once you have established yourself, I think you are your own boss. You decide when you want to work, when you want to take a break. But then, yeah, in my case, being in the media profession, being a media entrepreneur, it's a luxury. Taking a break is always a luxury. Okay. When you asked me about that earlier question, what are my hobbies or interests? I like going for long drives.
Drives?
Drives, yeah, long drives. Rail fanning. Okay. That's an interesting hobby for me. But then I am not able to find time for that. Okay. So, entrepreneurship. See, today the environment is changing. Today the government is supporting entrepreneurship. We have a policy in Kerala which encourages students to be entrepreneurs. Grace marks, attendance, these kind of initiatives were not there before. So I think this is the best time for students to be entrepreneurs. And I think if you are not able to jump onto the bus, probably you will miss the bus. So that will be my message to the youngsters. That will be my message to the students. Don't look after a safe and secure 9-to-5 job. Jump, be on your own, be your own boss, and enjoy.
How has the industry been supporting your ventures, your initiatives?
Now, to be very frank, like I said earlier, now we are giving them free coverage. Free coverage is something which anybody would like to, but when it comes to shelling out money, people are very cautious. Okay. Let's take one example. Now, there is a company in say Technopark or Infopark, it doesn't matter where it is. Now there's a company, now on a regular basis we give them coverage. Now suppose we approach them for an advertisement, then it's difficult. Okay. So it's the same scenario with the government also. Now we, as in we the media, I'm not specifically saying the Kerala News alone. Now the media gives a lot of coverage to government initiatives, but at the same time we expect some kind of support from the government. Probably advertisement is one support which we can give. But today what we are saying is that there are bureaucrats from the old school of thought who still feel that online advertisement is not enough. They feel giving advertisements on news channels or newspapers is good enough. The online media is being ignored. Now these are areas where, because see, these are areas where we need support. And one more important point is that the new generation is not reading newspaper. The new generation is not seeing television, but they are always connected. Right. You ask people who are in the IT industry, or even the students for that matter, they hardly read newspapers, but they are always connected. They're always
where you can catch them.
That's where you can catch them. So if government or industry has to, they have to popularize their schemes or sell their products or whatever, they should advertise on the online media. They cannot ignore the online media. Now, digital advertising has to grow.
What do you think are some of the most important entrepreneurial traits that a person should have?
I think the first and the most important trait that I would say is risk taking. You have to
move
jump
out of that safety zone.
Yes, you have to move out of your comfort zone and take the plunge. Now, in my case, I always had my wife who was working, and she had a regular steady job. So I had that safety anchor that, she played that anchor role, and I like what I am today. I mean, I will definitely give a good part of my credit to her, because she played that anchor role. Now when it comes to students, they won't have this luxury of
a supporting partner.
So instead they have to find out either their parents or other successful entrepreneurs. See, successful entrepreneurs can play the role of a mentor. They can play the role of an anchor for new startups. Okay. Now, see, once you are clear that even if I don't get my share of income this month, it will come from somewhere, or the gas will still run, the fire will still burn. When you have that confidence, it will give you more confidence to go out. You don't have anything holding back.
So risk taking is one.
Risk taking is one, and then I think communication skills. That's something which I always tell my students. most of my students are graduates, and there are many of them who are doing the post graduation. But when it comes to communication and communication skills, they're still not up to the mark. I think that's a problem with students in Kerala. We still don't have, the students still don't have, a certain standard in English, in language. That language skills are not up to the mark. They need to work on that. Now, either it can be at the school level or at the college level, or probably finishing schools. Because unless you are a good communicator, you cannot be going around meeting people, sharing your ideas, and that I think is probably another trait.
What are the future plans of your team? Do you have any other ventures coming up soon?
No, not really. Now we would like to focus on our second portal, which is the keralabiznews.com, and make it a bigger and better portal.
It's been a pleasure having you on our show. Thank you. This is a small token of appreciation from Roseport. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.